what I do usually is stack things 4 at a time. So everything gets stacked 2 on the left, 2 on the right. So there's vocals like this. I sing exactly the same thing, twice on the left, twice on the right. I think I did that in your perspective correctly, right? All right, so A1 through 4, I guess I got rid of B and C, but I usually have like A through something like K or something in my template. And as I go along, I just get rid of what I don't need, but they're in groups of 4. A, 1, and 3 are left. A, 2, and 4 right. So it's left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, all the way down. That's what you see here. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, all the way down. For some reason, these guys are not hard left and right. I don't know why I did that, but there's a reason, so I'm going to leave it. I did this song in 2012, so I made decisions that I might make differently today and might not. So those are going to those 2 buses, which happen to be here. Those 2 buses being BGVs and BGVs 2. As you see, they're going in from bus BGVs here, BGVs 2 here, and they're going out like these. All 4 of these are going to BGVs, right? Actually, all 8 of these. And everything other than that is going to BGVs too, right? So just so I can separate them on different faders, and I only got 2 faders to work with. The one BGVs is the one with the melody, and everything else is a harmony. So I can stick the melody out in front if I want to, or pull it down into the mix. I did compress each one. For those of you who don't know what compression is, I just did a video on compression yesterday, so you can look that up, and it will tell you what compression is. And as you can see, there's some gain reduction happening as I pull these. That's the gain reduction.
Got me hanging
At this threshold is pulling it down by a...
Gotta know what she thinking, how she gonna leave me hanging, heart sinking, when I said those 3 words.
Cool. So I don't really have to do much compression on the master bus. So both of these, BGVs 1 and 2, are not going out to an output. They're going to another bus called Back's Master. Back's Master is all background vocals. So now I have a fader where I can adjust all background vocals at the same time. Usually this is the one I'll automate. That's the level of that. I can pull that up and down at different points in the song. Like, for instance, you know. Right, see? What I need to do is make these sound good. Because I just, for you guys' benefit, took all the effects I had on these background vocals off, except for these compressors. I took everything off Back's Master. So my vocals is just butt naked. My vocals out there just butt naked in front of everybody with nothing on them. You know, they're really upset with me right now because I did that. They've been closed for 8 years. 8 years, yeah. They sound terrible. They sound terrible.
Cliffhanger, got me hanging on for dear life.
So just, you know, I want you to hear the butt naked vocals. I'm gonna have to put a, you know, parental advisory because these vocals are butt naked.
Cliffhanger, got me hanging on for dear life.
I'm playing them so you can hear what the 4 sound like together.
What she thinking? How she gonna leave me hanging? Heart sinking.
I can hold control. Is it control? Yeah. And do that. And then you can only hear 2 of each. So I'm gonna do that. You can only hear 2 of each. Bam, bam, right?
Cliffhanger, got me hanging on for dear life. Gotta know what she thinking, how she gonna.
So right there, since that's only really one part, you're hearing 1 on each side. But it doesn't sound as milky and smooth and creamy as it does when you have 2 on each side, because you have 2 in the same place. So they're moving around each other and they're causing this phasing thing. which would not be good if you just took the same one and doubled it, because the phase is going to be exactly the same. It's going to cancel itself out. But if you do another entire performance of the same thing, then you have a cool thing that happens with the vocals. I mean, that sounds okay, but it don't sound like this though.
Cliffhanger got me hanging on for dear life.
Right. That's what a butt naked background vocal is supposed to sound like. All right, so, but to me right now, of course, they sound disgustingly horrible. So I recorded these on a Sony C800G, which is like a $9,000 microphone. I do not have one of those in the studio here. But that's what I recorded these on, just so you know what, that sounds like without nothing on it. It's a very, very popular mic. When it comes to pop music, it's a very, very popular mic. A lot of things are recorded on that mic. And hip hop. I mean, that's what Dre has in the studio. That's what recorded No Air with Sony C800Gs. Okay. So first of all, on a vocal, I'll usually put a de-esser first. So today, Fabfilter DS, yeah. De-esser is exactly what it sounds like. It takes the S's out, right? I don't think I have to. Cliffhanger
got me hanging on for dear life. Gotta know what she thinking, how she gonna
not bad, actually.
leave me hanging.
Yo, this readout on the Fabfilter. Come on, man. It showed me where it.
Cliffhanger got me hanging on for dear life.
It's not doing anything to it right now.
Know what she thinking.
There's an S.
How she gonna
There's an S.
leave me hanging. Heart sinking when I said those 3 words. Cliff.
Incredible. This plugin is amazing.
Cliffhanger. Cliffhanger.
Yo, Fabfilter makes some dope stuff. I think I'm super excited about it because I just convert that into rands. So it'll also let you hear the difference, so it's not really doing anything to it. There's a little bit to it right there. Yeah, see. It's so good at detecting S's and SHs. Incredible. Yeah, I was saying I'm like extra excited about Fabfilter because I became a Fabfilter artist recently and just got these plugins. Although I've seen them forever, I just actually got them and started using them and implementing them in my situation. Y'all know I'm very careful about what I put on the first input because, again, sound goes from the top down. So if I put this here and I put something else here, I'm de-essing the signal coming from this. I want to usually put the de-esser first because I want to process the de-essed signal, not de-ess the compressed signal, if you will. So I'm gonna leave this open just in case I want to put something else right there. I probably won't, but that's kind of a thing for me. As you can see, this starts here too. And that's the only thing on there. It's the only thing that's ever gonna be on there, most likely. But as I change my template and I do cool things, I might want to put something on the doubler. And I just put it here. Or I might want to put something before the doubler. I want the option to put it there. So I usually start with the second one. All right, my de-essing is cool. It's straight. Fabfilter got me. So the next thing I'm going to do, I think I'll do some reductive EQ. Trippy. Thank you. So, and that's the worst they're going to sound because that's, with nothing on it. So we're going to, when I say reductive EQ, I mean, we're only going to reduce frequencies. We're going to find frequencies that are sticking out or causing problems, and we're just going to cut them. I'm not going to boost anything in this stage. right? So that's another thing. This is all stages. Everything goes from the top down. So as it goes down, I'm doing things to it as it goes down in that direction. So I want the DS signal to be EQ'd reductively only before I compress it. The first time, I might compress it twice. And that's another thing too. You can have two compressors on the same channel. You can have two EQs on the same channel. Matter of fact, I'll definitely have two EQs on this channel because I'll boost with one and I'll reduce with another. Next, let's do our reductive EQ. For our reductive EQ, I think we'll use, I don't really want anything with too much color in it right here. I just want to get rid of some frequencies. I can hear in some low mids that is way too thick down there. I'm just going to go to REQ4. I use this when I need a simple EQ.
I know.
So to find the frequency, here's what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to take this and I'm going to change the Q, make it narrow. The Q is how wide the band is, right? That's called band width. Bandwidth. All right? I'm sure you've heard that in the internet world, but the bandwidth is the same thing as the Q. So, okay, cool. So I'm going to take that, I think a little more, and find this frequency that I hate, right? Up here is probably some stuff I want to add, but I'm trying to find what I want to reduce.
I know what she thinking.
Already sounds better.
How she gonna leave me hanging?
Because I boosted the high frequencies, but I'm going to sweep, is what you call this. You sweep through. And I could do it here, or I could do it here. All right, and just do like that. Just drag that across.
I know what she thinking. How she gonna leave me hanging? Heart sinking.
So somewhere around there is the most irritating part of the.
I know what she thinking. How she gonna leave me hanging? Heart sinking. When I said those three words, Cliff.
Now, I like to do that down here and not grab this because it's more precise. If I grab the gain, I know I'm going straight down. I'm not going to another frequency. I'm just grabbing that frequency and going straight down because I'm only affecting the gain, not the Q or the frequency. If I do this, I can affect all of it. Right? I don't want to do that. Right. Yeah, these are your undos and your reduce.
I know what she thinking.
Why does it already sound cleaner?
I know what she thinking.
Bring it down some
How
more.
she gonna leave me hanging?
Then I can adjust to taste.
Heart sinking. When I said those three words.
You can understand it better because these are the frequencies that will get in the way of your understanding or your diction, which would be around here. That's where the frequencies are to make you understand things. So this is like the air band. It's just that nice sheen and little hiss on top of the vocals. This is where you really understand what people are saying, and this is where you feel the voice. This is what? Let me see, 408. So in a male vocal, a lot of times it's around 240 hertz where you'll feel that, you feel the body of the male vocal that'll kind of, you feel it in your chest. That's at 240 hertz. I'm above that right now, but that was our problem frequency. So I'm just taking that out. So I have a more even, so I have a more even frequency representation across the whole thing. I think that's all I'm gonna do with this.
I know what she thinking. How she gonna leave me hanging?
Okay, so what I shouldn't have done was use this one. I should have used this one because this is the lowest one. Let me take the same parameters that are on this, right? Negative 11.8. Not 1108. 11.8, right? Frequency 408. Now that I found it, oh wow. Q 1.35, right? And then I'll either disable this one, which I can do, or I'll just move it. So I'll move the frequency over there, and then I'll make this not a bell shape, but I'll make it a low cut filter, just in case there's some stuff down there that certainly shouldn't be affecting a compressor. right? I don't want the compressor to have the low frequencies because the low frequencies will make the compressor do more than a high frequency will because they're larger, more powerful frequencies. So I don't even want them represented. I want to be in the place in the vocals that is a sweet spot of vocals, which is not going to be, below 85 hertz. Like, no. So
I don't know what she thinking, how she gonna leave me hanging, heart sinking. When I said those three words, cliff hanging, cliff hanger.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
I don't know what she thinking, how she gonna leave me hanging.
That's a little too much going.
Heart sinking. When I said those three words, cliff hanging.
All right.
Cliff hanger.
Okay, so I'm bypassing it. Let's go back here. Turn it on.
Got me hanging on for dear life. Gotta know.
Already a little clearer,
what
right?
She thinking, how she gonna leave me hanging, heart sinking.
Yo, just so I can hear myself a little bit. Hold on, this is just getting on my nerves right now. Patch that universal audio to the SSL and give myself. Where you at? It's got to be up above that. So yeah, there it is. Yeah, just let me hear myself a little bit. Okay, cool. There's a little latency on it, but it's all good. Does that sound okay to you guys? Did it like totally screw it up for you guys? I sure hope not. All right, so
Cliffhanger. Got me hanging on for dear life.
That's enough for that EQ to do. Now, what do I want to do next? I think I want to compress next. So I'm gonna use the LA2A, which is my go-to pretty much for vocals and other stuff.
Cliffhanger. Got me hanging on for dear life. Gotta know what she thinking, how she gonna leave me hanging, heart sinking. When I said those three words, cliff hanging, cliff hanger.
Yeah.
Cliffhanger. Got me hanging on.
So that's keeping my level right where I want it.
Cliffhanger.
It's also adding some color to it because this LA2A has some, analog properties.
Cliffhanger. Got me hanging on for dear life. Gotta know what she thinking, how she gonna leave me hanging, heart sinking. When I
Yeah. Still sounds kind of dry because there's no reverb, there's no delay, but the original signal is getting clearer and it's getting cleaner. So what I'm going to do now is add me another EQ. This time I'm going to go to the Fabfilter Pro Q3, which is an awesome piece of equipment.
Cliffhanger. Got me hanging on for dear life. Gotta know what she thinking, how she gonna leave me hanging, heart sinking. When I said those three words, cliff.
Okay, so now I have a judgment call to make. Do I want to put the de-esser after this? I'm going to take the same de-esser and put it... Okay. You're not going to let me do that. I mean, I can do that. But I'm just going to do it this way for now. I could do it here instead. So Backsmaster is the one that's selected, which is right here. And I got input A through E. I could put input, like I could go to views F through J, right? So if I put F through J, then I can do that. And I usually don't have A through E of the sins. We're going to get to that in a minute too. But so let me just not have A through E of sins. As you saw, nothing was pretty much on there. This is usually how I have it set up. So I got a de-esser, then I have the RAQ4, just reductive EQ. Then I have some sweetening / compression right there, because LA2A is that thing, right? People been using that forever. That's an actual physical piece of gear that's been modeled, and that's what it looks like, and that's what was used on everything back in the day, like, you know, Michael Jackson's vocals, whatever. And then we got that. So let's take the de-esser and put it right here and see what happens.
Cliffhanger. Got me hanging on for dear life. Gotta know what she thinking. How she gonna leave me hanging. Heart sinking. When I said those 3 words. Cliff.
Yeah, those S's are serious.
Heart sinking.
Maybe I need more range.
Heart sinking.
That made a huge difference.
Heart sinking.
Wow, Fabfilter, thank you.
Heart sinking.
That sounds so natural.
Heart.
What happened there was so natural. Sorry, that was Owen Wilson from, I think, Wedding Crashers. He walked out with a towel on and was like, what happened there was so natural.
Heart sinking. When I said those 3 words. Cliff hanging. Cliff hanger. Heart sinking. When I said those 3 words.
I'm gonna go more, see what happens.
Heart sinking. When I said those 3 words. Heart sinking.
Woo.
When I said those 3 words.
Now that I've done that, I kind of want to see what it's like if I put it here.
Heart sinking. When I said those 3 words.
Okay.
Heart sinking.
That goes after. From now on, that goes after. This is actually my first time using this de-esser.
Heart sinking. When I said those 3 words. Cliff.
What happened there was so
Heart sinking. When I said
So
those
natural.
3 words. Cliff.
Yo, Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn are some fools.
Heart sinking. When I said those 3 words.
Then I can go crazy with this EQ if I want to, and I don't have to worry about my sibilance, is what that's called, sibilance, coming through. Here's my cue. I'm out. Here's my cue. No, just kidding.
Heart sinking. When I said those 3 words. Cliff hanging.
Yeah.
Heart sinking. When I said those 3 words. Heart sinking. When I said those 3 words. Cliff. Heart sinking. When I.
Oh, that's too much.
Heart sinking. When
Audio, video, any type of editing that you do, it's real easy to go overboard. If you're doing Photoshop, if you're doing Lightroom, if you're doing Pro Tools, if you're doing Logic, it's always easy to go overboard, but you can always pull stuff back later. That would have been a situation where early in my development process, I'd probably been like, oh, that's perfect, but it's you do want to hear the S's. You're listening to it by itself right now. It's not going to be by itself when people hear it. So make sure you let some of the S come through. You just don't want it to be extremely sibilant or annoying. That's a dB or decibel range. This is the frequency range. So I got 2 different ranges. Yo, this plugin is sick. That's why it came down too much, because it was literally coming down too far. It was coming down 24 dB.
Heart singing, heart singing.
So I can basically adjust the level of the S's with that knob. So once I de-S it and find out what I want to de-S, I'm adjusting. It's almost like I'm mixing just the S's with this knob, right? That's so dope.
Heart singing. When I said
What's
those
up?
3 words.
Come on, man.
Cliffhanger, cliffhanger.
As with all the Fabfilter plugins, you see a red indication of gain reduction. So
Heart singing. When I said those 3 words. Cliffhanger.
what happened there was so natural. All right, so so natural. So I'm sorry. Oh man, it's really funny. Single vocal all around. I mean, sounds good to me. Oh no. Yeah, no. Okay.
Heart singing.
Yeah, just a single. Yeah, okay.
Heart singing. Heart singing. Heart singing. When I said
The Waves de-esser has wideband and split band too. We're not gonna go deep into that. Oversample if you can. If your computer doesn't want to kill you, do that. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this where it is, and now we're at. I mean, that's pretty much a clean sounding.
heart singing. When I said those 3 words. Cliffhanger.
So the next thing I'm gonna do, we're gonna get rid of that too, because I don't even want you there. I'm gonna put that back in a minute. So there's kind of no reason to do that, but you know, sins. Now, okay, the difference between inserts and sins. These are inserted on the actual channel. Pretend there's a plug right here at the top. It goes down here and goes through all of these before it comes out of the speakers to your ears, or out of this track to wherever it goes, right? Sins are individual, and it does not matter what order they're in, because they individually go out to another place. They take the signal that comes from here, which is why they're lower than this, right? They take the signal that comes from here and they send that affected signal wherever you want to send it to. So I'm going to send them to a few places. What I do with my template is I put all my major effects that I'm going to have in every song at the end, down here. I say down here because in this window it is down here. Delay 1, delay 2, verb 1, 2, and 3. I usually have 3 reverbs. And you're about to see why. Let's go back. Her. I just, do that to go back to my St. Louis roots sometimes. Go back. Her. My name is Eric. So yeah, Backsmaster is right there. So now let's do the synths. First thing I'm gonna send it to is my first reverb. My first reverb is verb 1, right? I set up all my ins and outs and my buses to have these names so that I can have some type of organization in my life. Okay, because you gotta have some type of organization in your life. Verb 1. My verb 1 is always a very short verb. It's a very short verb. It's so short, in fact, it does not sound like a reverb. But what it does is, without raising levels, it makes it sound bigger. It just makes it sound bigger at the same level, right? I'm gonna show you how I do that and what I do it with. And this is the only plugin I ever do this with, which is True Verb by Waves, whom I endorse. I was looking for my NAM badge because they're the ones that got my NAM badge, but it's not over here. Anyway, so Waves True Verb is real good at just doing like this. I just take this all the way down. That's how I do it. Direct? Absolutely not. I'm glad I looked at that, because it's not supposed to have the original signal. That's the direct. Is the original signal that's going to it. I just want the affected signal to come from the send. You basically want to always do sends that way. You don't want the dry or unaffected signal to come from your synth. You only want the effect to come from there. And you adjust the dry with the fader on the track itself. You got early reflections here, and you have reverb there. I want both of those things intact. Watch what happens when I adjust the level of this synth.
Heart sinking when I said those 3 words.
Right? So what I usually do is take it up to where it sounds horrible, and then take it down to where I just can't hear it anymore.
Heart sinking when I said those 3 words. Cliff hanging, cliffhanger. Heart sinking.
Now, you really can't hear that it's there. So let me see if I hear when I take it away.
Heart sinking when I said those 3 words. Cliff hanging, cliffhanger.
It's just a slight perceived larger sound. It's kind of the only way to explain it is it sounds bigger. So I'm gonna raise it up a little bit.
Heart sinking.
That's a little too much.
Heart sinking when I said those 3 words. Cliff hanging.
Okay, I'm gonna turn it on when I say 3 words.
Heart sinking when I said those 3 words.
Yeah.
Cliff hanging.
From the beginning.
Heart sinking when I said those.
I gotta be careful with that.
Heart sinking when I said. Heart sinking.
Yeah, maybe even a little less.
Heart sinking.
This is supposed to be subtle. It's not supposed to be something that you hear here. It's supposed to be something that adds body to the vocal so that I don't have to raise the level for it to sit above everything else in the track and be able to mix it easily because it's in front. You always want the vocal to be in front.
Heart sinking.
And there's things you want to do besides turning it up to put it there.
Heart sinking when I said those 3.
First, for now, that's cool. So now, okay, I got my first verb. After my first verb makes it larger, then I want to take it and I want to make it wider. So I'm going to send it to what I have here, which is called a doubler. Doubler 2. I have 2 doublers because I have one I have different amounts of wideness. My first doubler might be here. My second doubler might make it feel more wide than the first one. I might put my lead vocal on the doubler 1, my background vocals on doubler 2, so it just feels like they're like this. And you have the straight ahead middle signal too. So all right, cool. Let's go here and here's doubler 2. Let's make sure we hear it. Matter of fact, this should not have a solo. Shift, Option, Command. Solo.
Heart sinking when I said those 3 words.
Yeah, it's already getting sweeter.
Heart sinking when I said those 3 words.
What I'm listening for is clarity of diction. So what I'm saying I can hear.
Heart sinking.
I can definitely hear what I'm saying.
Heart sinking.
And it just did this, right?
Heart sinking when I.
Sounds super clean. There's no perceived verb on it right now. There's no verb that sounds like a verb on it right now. So what shall we do? Let's do our delay first. Before we do a verb, let's do our delay. I think I'm gonna go to delay 2. Because delay 2 is a delay I like to put on vocals. Y'all can call me crazy if you want, but it's Echo Farm, right? And there's a lot of delays I like to put on vocals. Every song might be different, but I love the way Echo Farm sounds on vocals. It's made for guitar. It's made by Line 6, which is a guitar effects company, basically for guitar processing, but it is nice on vocals as far as I'm concerned, in my most humblest opinion. Here's what it sounds like. I got this right here. This gives me that.
Heart sinking.
Yeah, you see how it's like it's already filtered and stuff, so it doesn't get in the way of the vocal.
Heart sinking when I said those three words. Cliff hanging, cliff hanger. Heart sinking when I said those three words. Cliff hanging, cliff hanger.
Okay, that's too much feedback, first of all. Which is called repeats on this for some reason. I guess they just want to be super layman's termsy. Right, sounds so natural.
Heart sinking when I said those three words. Cliff hanging, cliff hanger. Heart sinking.
I'll put a little trail at the end so when it's over, you guys can hear how much delay you got going on.
Heart sinking when I said those three words. Cliff hanging, cliff hanger. Heart sinking when I said those three words. Cliff hanging, cliff hanger. Heart sinking when I said those three words.
I'm just making sure it's not getting in the way.
Heart sinking when I said those three words. Cliff.
Cool thing is like sinking, where I got all those harmonies cracking. That is bleeding over into where I only have one note. So you kind of still have harmonies over the one note, which makes it just sound good, but it's not getting in the way because it just sounds like a harmony over the one.
Heart sinking when I said those three words.
And it's a chord that'll work with the. Yeah, it'll work with the next chord, so it'll be fine.
Heart sinking when I said those three words. Cliff hanging, cliff hanger. Heart sinking.
I mean, I could do more stuff like, effect. It's okay to affect effects. We do it all the time as mixing engineers. So I could even put a compressor on that. I could make sure it stays exactly where it is. I could put a compressor with a side chain so that it ducks under the vocals when it happens. I don't know if I'm going to get that deep right now, but I like that verb and the way it sounds.
Heart sinking when I said those three words. Cliff hang. Heart sinking when I said those three words. Cliff hanging.
Let me go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna put a ducker, is what you call this, on there. So Fabfilter Pro C2 is what I think I'll use to duck it. Which I've never used to do that. So now I gotta find out. Okay, there it is. The bus that makes it react should be backsmaster, left or right, doesn't matter. So, so you should notice that when the vocals happen, the delay is lower.
Heart sinking when I said those three words. Cliff hanging, cliff hanger.
Oh, I don't want auto gain on this. I wanted to come down.
Heart sinking when I said those three words. Cliff hanging, cliff hanger.
Whenever the vocal goes away, it's opening up and letting the delay go through. When the vocals happen, it's pulling the delay down because the input for the compressor is not that track. It's the delay. That's called side chaining. I'm sorry. It's The background vocal. The background vocal hits this compressor, and the compressor is pulling down a delay, not the background vocal itself. That's called side chaining.
Heart sinking.
Now I can hear the lead, the vocal perfectly, and the delay only happens when the vocal's not.
Heart sinking. When I said those three words, cliff hanging, cliffhanger.
Yes.
Heart sinking.
What happened in there? So natural. So now we're gonna put our second verb. I really want to get into the Fabfilter verb, but I'm not gonna go there right now. Right now, my verb 3 is the RC48, I think it's called. RC48 by Softtube, distributed by Native Instruments, whom I also endorse. Let's send that over there. Right.
Heart sinking. When I said those three words, cliff. Heart sinking. When I said those three words, cliff hanging, cliffhanger. Heart sinking. When I said those three words, cliff hanging, cliffhanger.
So again, let's listen to the vocal without any processing whatsoever.
Heart sinking. When I said those three words, cliffhanger.
That's what a $9,000 Sony C800G sounds like with no processing at all, right? You know, the problem a lot of times is when you're listening to stuff and trying to see what they're like, you're hearing so many steps beyond that thing that you're listening to that you can't decipher what came from that thing and what came from the things that are affecting that thing. So it's like, I want to know how this mic sounds. Well, if you listen to the song on the radio, that vocal has gone through a whole lot of things after the mic. Even before it's recorded, sometimes a hardware EQ has been applied to it that has the same settings as maybe what I just did with my reductive EQ, maybe a little bit of boost in the highs before it even comes in. So you don't know that. So you can't really isolate what you're listening for. And that makes it difficult to make decisions when you're buying gear and when you're doing stuff. How much of this is the mic? How much of this sound is the preamp? How much of this sound is what I'm doing in Pro Tools or whatever my DAW of choice is? So I'm trying to isolate things so you guys can understand that this is what the mic sounds like. And then this is what this sounds like. So if you go through the whole process, you understand that I could have used a less expensive mic and gotten close to the same thing, but it does make a difference, just not maybe as much as you might have thought.
Heart sinking.
Now you understand why that sounded horrible to me.
Heart sinking.
That's better.
Heart sinking. When I said the
Okay, a little compression, a little more EQ.
heart sinking. When I said
Those S's are killing me, so I'm gonna put that on there.
heart sinking. When I said those three words,
Send it to the verb, make it a little bigger.
heart sinking.
Widen it with the doubler.
Heart sinking.
I didn't show you guys a doubler. I didn't really show you guys a doubler. I need to show that to you. Here you are. All right, again, the direct signal's not there. Only these two guys on the side. And one of them is tuned 6 cents up and the other one is tuned 6 cents down. So when you're widening something, when you're doing anything, right, there's a technical thing that you're doing that's trying to create a perceived thing. So to your ear, if you do this to a sound, it sounds wider. Don't know why, don't care. I just know how to do it, right? So for some reason, if you do this or if you do that in pitch, it makes it sound wider. I got the original vocal right where it is, and I took the same vocal and did like this, and it makes it sound wider. So this 6 is detuned up 6 cents. This is detuned down 6 cents. So they're to the same degree. And if I want to widen it more, I'll just up the numbers. Plus 12 and minus 12. And it'll sound even wider. I just don't want to go crazy because you don't really want to hear these things. You just want to feel them. So that's where I pretty much leave double or 2 in my thing. And then I just pull it up. I pull up the level of that. It's always plus and negative 6. Delay.
Heart sinking when I said those 3 words. Cliffhanger.
It's filling up the gaps. It's on a 74 BPM, a quarter note. So 3 words, 3 words. That's where I want that.
Heart sinking when I said those 3 words. Cliffhanger.
Right? That's where I want it to sit. That's why that is at a quarter note.
Heart sinking when I said those 3 words.
3 words.
Cliffhanger. Cliffhanger.
Right? A lot of times I want a quarter note on one part and I want a half note on another part. I'll just take 2 of these, send them both, send one thing to both of them. So I'll put a send here that says double or 1 and another one says delay 1. I'll put something here that says delay 1. I'll put the next one as delay 2, and I'll automate the send. So sometimes it's going to one and sometimes it's going to the other, depending on how long I want the delay to be. This kind of works where it is, so I'm good. But if I wanted to say hanger, hanger, if I wanted to do that, that would be a half note. That wouldn't be hanger, hanger. That would be twice what 3 words. All right. So I used 2 of them and just automated at different places. We're going to get deep into automation. So as it goes along, you'll know what that is, even if you don't know. It's already sounding nice and clean. The delay has given me a nice trail and a pleasant sound. And I just want to sound a little more buttery. So I'm going to put that verb on there.
Heart sinking when I said those 3 words. Cliffhanger. Cliffhanger.
All right.
My heart sinking when I said those 3 words. She left me on this cliffhanger. It's like a cliffhanger. Baby got me.
It's loud as crap right now. I got plenty of headroom to work with. I can pull that down and be straight. It's reading automation right now. So let me just, instead of doing that, let me just kill, okay. Let me just kill all the automation and do it this way. That's the level, right? So the first thing you hear in the song is that, so. Yo, that shaker is so loud right now.
Yeah.
That shaker is about to knock me out. Okay, no.
She got me on this cliffhanger. Yeah, it's just like any.
Let's send that to the verb, see what happens. Send the shaker to the verb, that's what I just did.
She got me on this cliffhanger. Yeah, it's just like any and every sad love story that you ever heard. She got me on the edge of my seat, biting my teeth, cause I don't know what'll happen next. Ooh, maybe I shouldn't have said it. I got lost in the moment, yeah. Laid on my feelings it's like a cliffhanger. Ooh, baby, got me out on a ledge hanging.
Okay, so that's the first time you hear the chorus, and there's not a lot going on because. Oh yeah. So the first time you hear the chorus, I don't want a whole lot of stuff competing with it, but I like things to build as the song goes on. So the next time you hear the chorus, there's more going on.
Happiness, she got me on a thing. Got me hanging on for dear life, dear life. Gotta know what she thinking, how she gonna leave me hanging. I can feel my heart sinking when I said those 3 words. Don't you see me on this? Oh, it's like a life on.
I'm gonna change this EQ. That's not gonna be Pro EQ, although Pro EQ is amazing. I want the color of the SSL. I think I missed that. So I'm gonna go back to my Waves go-to, which would be the SSL. Where you at EQ, right?
Happiness, she got me on a thing.
See, I can just go in and do a specific thing because I have different plugins doing those things. Watch this.
Got me hanging on for dear life.
Whew.
Gotta know what she thinking, how she gonna leave me hanging. Heart sinking.
A lot of times I do my reductive thing here, but I did that with another plugin, so I don't have to worry about that.
Happiness.
What I might do is hit up 240 hertz and raise that a little bit, because that's where being a male vocal, that's where most of my presence is.
Happiness. Got me hanging on for dear life.
Ooh, it's gonna make it stick out without making it obtrusive.
Happiness. Got me hanging on for dear life. Gotta know what she thinking, how she gonna leave me hanging. Heart sinking.
I actually want some of my S's back.
Happiness. Got me hanging on for dear life. Gotta know what she thinking, how she gonna leave me hanging. Heart sinking when I said those 3 words. Cliffhanger, cliffhanger.
Sounds like in the track.
Happiness, she got me on a thing. Got me hanging on for dear life, dear life. Gotta know what she thinking, how she gonna leave me hanging. I can feel my heart sinking when I said those 3 words. Don't you see me on this? Oh, it's like a.
Anytime you want to make smaller changes to something, make the track bigger, right? Because now 100% of the level is from here to here instead of from here to here, right? If I make a small change here, it ain't gonna be a small change. So I'm gonna do this. When I really want to get into the fine tuning of my automation, I want it to be bigger so I can make smaller changes given the percentage of what change I'm making.
Got me hanging on for dear life, dear life. Gotta know what she thinking, how she gonna leave me hanging. I can feel my heart sinking when I said those 3 words. Don't you see me on this? Oh, it's like a life on the edge. Ain't as fun as they say it is. Can't make this a habit. You can have it. This is the way it is. The way it is. Yeah. Me hanging on for dear life.
Still on top.
What she
I can still understand it.
how she gonna leave me hanging. Heart sinking when I a yeah, yeah, yeah. She got me on this cliffhanger. Oh, oh, oh.
Whoa.
Got me hanging on for dear life, dear life. Gotta know what she thinking, how she gonna leave me hanging. I can feel my heart sinking when I said those 3 words. Don't you see me on this? Oh, it's like a life on the edge, ain't as fun as.
Okay, so now that I'm hearing it in the track, which is normal, I don't think I want this verb anymore. Just like I didn't want that EQ, I wanted the SSL EQ, which I think does sound better on these vocals. I believe I don't want the RC48, which I love, but not for this, right? So let's try the Manny. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, let's try the Manny Miraquin, I think his name is. Please don't kill me, Manny, if I said your name wrong. Manny Miraquin, yeah. Hall medium, okay, cool. Reverb amount, maximum, because we're on a send. We don't want any of the original signal to come from this channel. Dry wet, 100%. Now, on here, we got cool stuff. We got a phaser. Oh, no. And we can EQ the verb, which is really sweet. Okay, I think I want it a little bit longer. Let's put a plate on it. Plates are really good on vocals. I'm hearing the crap out of it right now so that I can just hear what it's doing, and then I'll pull it down. Wait. Hear how that phaser is on, and I'll turn it all the way up so you can hear. Hear that? It's like doing that. You can hear even better that time. Just a little bit of that to take it off the vocal and leave the vocal out front without having to turn the verb down. Feel my heart sinking when I said those 3 words. Don't you see me on this? Oh, it's like a life on the edge, ain't as fun as they say it is. Can't make this a habit. Ooh, this might be the verb, guys. Let's solo the vocals, see what they sound like soloed. Hanging on for dear life. Yeah, man. Gotta know what she thinking, how she gonna leave me hanging. Heart sinking when I said those 3 words. Cliff hanging, cliffhanger. I might want even more of that 240. Cliffhanger. Got me hanging on for dear life. Trim it a little bit. Gotta know what she. Cool thing about this too is since I put the reductive EQ before this, not as much signal is going to it. So I'm not gonna clip it in this area. I'm not gonna go above 0, which is never gonna be good. In this area as easily because not the low frequencies are taken out. Got me hanging on for dear life. Gotta know what she thinking, how she gonna leave me hanging. Heart sing. Yeah, see, once you put the music in, you got to be prepared to change what you did to accommodate that, but you kind of know where you're going from the beginning. That verb is so much nicer for this track.
I can feel my heart sinking when I say those 3 words. Don't you see me on this? Oh, it's like a on this thing. Got me hanging on for dear life, gotta know what she thinking, how she gonna leave me hanging. I can feel my heart sinking when I say those 3 words. Don't you see me on this? Oh, it's like a life on the edge, ain't as fun as it.
Okay, that crash was just way too loud. Life on the edge ain't as fun as that must
On the
be
edge, ain't as fun. On the edge, ain't as fun. On the edge, ain't as fun. On the edge, ain't as fun.
yeah.
Like a life on the edge, ain't as fun as they say it is. Can't make this a habit. You can have it. This is the way it is. The way it is. And yeah. Me hanging on for dear life. What she thinking? How she gonna leave me hanging? She got me on this clip.
Yo, you know you're doing something when you texting, and it just takes you out of. You can't even.
Like a life on the edge, ain't as fun as they say it is. Can't make this a habit.
Oh, yes. Say it is. That part right there is so unobtrusive. Like it's I can hear it very clearly, but it's not sticking out. I don't want to hear more or less of it. It's right where it needs to be.
Like a life on the edge, ain't as fun as they say it is. Can't make this a habit.
The lead vocal is right on top of it. It is not interfering with the lead vocal whatsoever, and all the track elements are not interfering with it.
Like a life on the edge, ain't as fun as they say it is. Can't make this a habit. You can have it. This is the way it is. The way it is. And yeah. Me hanging on for dear life. What she thinking? How she gonna leave me hanging? Heart sinking. She got me on this cliffhanger.
I'm gonna raise this. I don't really have to, but I'm gonna lift it up just a little bit to see what happens.
And yeah. Me hanging on for dear life. What she thinking? How she gonna leave me hanging? Heart sinking. She got me on this cliffhanger.
Oh, I wasn't raising it just now. I was raising the doubler. It did give me an effect, but it wasn't what I was looking for.
The way it is. And yeah. Me hanging on for dear life. What she thinking? How she gonna leave me hanging? Heart sinking. She got me on this cliffhanger.
I believe that's what that is.
Like a life on.
Right. I don't want that as loud as it is, so I'm gonna take it and put it on its own tracks. I'm holding down control when I do this, so it will not go left and right. Like if I don't do that, it'll do this. I'm not sure if I'm in the same place when I put it down there, but if I hold down control, it won't go left and right. It'll only go down or up. I have these grouped, so if I pull one down, they all come down. Kind of like ashes, you know? There we go. That's been bugging me forever. I just haven't changed it. It might be a little too wet. I don't know, but I'm gonna try to pull the verb down a little bit. But that's sweet. Okay, one other thing I do to my vocals sometimes, which I'm about to do now, is my good friend the metaflanger. Watch this. Where my metaflanger at? Modulation, metaflanger. Come on, Jack. So if I do this, right? Yeah, so it sounds horrible. I know, guys. I know it sounds horrible. So I'm like, oh my god, he just messed up the whole. No, no. I'm putting on. Try classic phaser first. Like this is what classic phaser feels like when you first put it on. Got me hanging over. First of all, we're gonna widen that. Then we're gonna take it from 40 to like 10. Still too much. Got me hanging on for dear life. Just put a little sheen on it. Got me hanging on for dear life. What's she thinking? How's she gonna leave me hanging? She got me on this So I have two things on the lead vocal. That's it. Actually, wait, let me make sure. No, I have a gate on the lead vocal. It must have been noisy or something. And then I have melody on it, which means nothing. It's just pitch. So basically, I have this compressor after this EQ, and that's pretty much it. Which is crazy. It's also why my S's in my lead vocal are jumping out like crazy. So what we're gonna do, I don't think that's the compressor that I want to put on there. Let me change the compressor and do the LA2A. Let's do that. I'm just okay. I have some reductive going on here, not much, and then I have raised the highs a little bit, left these where they were and these where they were. That's all I did to the lead vocal. That's another thing about having a really great mic. You don't have to do as much processing. Here we go. So let's try that. More gain reduction and a little more level. We got 2 knobs on this joint, but it will change your life in them 2 knobs though. So that got me on this cliffhanger. It's kind of low. So. She got me on this cliffhanger. I should do that. She got me on and have less gain reduction. She got me on this cliffhanger. That's out front. She got me on this cliffhanger. She got me on this I'm not hearing enough delay on these vocals. She got me on a thing. She got me on a thing. Got me hanging on for dear life, dear life. Gotta know what she thinking, how she gonna leave me hanging. I can feel my heart sinking when I said those 3 words. Don't you see me on this? Oh, it's like a life on the edge. Ain't as fun as they say it is. I got verb 1 on there, of course. She got me on a thing. Got me hanging on for dear life, dear life. Gotta know what she thinking. Doubler 1. All right, let's widen that lead vocal a little bit. She got me on a thing. Got me hanging on. Feel my heart sinking when I said those 3 words. Don't you see me on this? Oh, it's like a yeah. Verb 2. I don't even know if I have a verb 2, so that's doing nothing. She got me on a thing. She got me on. She got me on a thing. Now the vocals in the same room as the background vocals. She got me on a thing. Got me hanging on for dear life, dear life. Gotta know what she thinking, how she gonna leave me hanging. I can feel my heart sinking when I said those 3 words. Don't you see me on this? All right, so my sibilants are crazy, so let me go over here and do my Fabfilter DS. She got me on a thing. Got me hanging on for dear life, dear life. Gotta know what she thinking, how she gonna leave me hanging. I can feel my heart sinking when I said those 3 words. Don't you see me on this? Oh, it's like a little bit back. She got me on a thing. Got me hanging on for dear life, dear life. Gotta know what she thinking, how she gonna leave me hanging. I can feel my heart sinking when I said those 3 words. Don't you see me on this? Oh, it's like a. It might not be compressed enough for me though. She got me on a thing. It's not. She got me
can feel my heart sinking when I said those 3 words. Don't you see me on this? Oh, it's like a cliffhanger.
Okay, so at this point, my ears are pretty much burnt out, and I think I've shown you well enough what I'm doing on this record. Now, that's on this record. Those principles will pretty much be the same throughout the process, but there will be different plugins that I use and different orders of plugins that I put on here. Like here, I have an EQ first, and it's doing my reductive and additive EQ here. And then I just used one EQ, and I used one compressor, and I got one de-esser, and I'm pretty much getting the sound I want. So I don't know if I'm gonna do any more. And I don't think I'll add a metaflanger to the lead vocal. I doubled it. I sent it to the doubler slightly. And I took, oh, no delay. What I want is a new, that was Command Shift in, a new mono aux input. Yes, people. It doesn't have to be stereo all the time. Let me turn it green because it's going to confuse the crap out of me if it's not green. All right, so I'm going to call this lead delay. Uh-huh. And that's going to have this same delay on it. H delay, which is a Waves product. H delay mono to stereo. No, we're going to leave it mono for now. You might have heard some noise. That's because it is modeling an analog piece of gear. I'm going to turn that off. I don't really want that modeling. Lead delay. There it is. Okay. So I think I want a quarter note. Natural. Way too much feedback. Peace out, Tim. Okay, this should be completely wet. It is. Cool. So let me pull that down. Okay, so let me solo that. Lead vocal master.
Woo, baby, got me out on a.
Right. I should also solo this, or just take the solo off of that.
Woo, baby, got me out on a ledge, hanging from shreds. Any moment I can lose it all. Don't know how long I can hold on, and I wish that I could take it back. Now I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't have said it. I got lost in the moment and laid all my feelings out on the floor, and I don't know what'll happen next. Shit.
Okay, it's like there's too much verb on it too. So let me pull that verb down.
Woo, baby, got me out on a ledge, hanging from shreds. Any moment I can lose it all. Don't know how.
All right, we can start there. Then I want to go and do a panning situation. I don't want it to arbitrarily pan. I want it to arbitrarily pan. Every time I see that, that's funny. It's happening so natural. I want it to arbitrarily pan back and forth. I think that's in sound field, right? Auto pan, mono to stereo. Then the mono signal becomes stereo after this plugin.
Woo, baby, got me out on a ledge, hanging from shreds. Any moment I can lose it all.
So the width, I want to bring in just a tiny bit. I want to make it slower. All right.
Woo, baby, got me out on a ledge, hanging from shreds. Any moment I can lose it all. Don't know how long.
I also want to put a ducker on that. So let me compress that. Dynamics. I'll use the Fabfilter Pro C for that as well. The key input would be I can use the same input, I believe. But I'm gonna anything going to lead delay would also. Let's see if that works.
Woo, baby, got me out on a ledge, hanging from shreds. Any moment I could lose it all.
Make sure you turn the auto gain off.
Woo, baby, got me out on a ledge, hanging from shreds. Any moment I could lose it all. Don't know how long I can hold on and away.
Okay, so there is a hold feature. I think I'm gonna put that there.
Woo, baby, got me out on a ledge, hanging from shreds. Any moment I could lose it all. Don't know how long I can hold on, and I wish that I could take it back. Now I'm thinking, maybe I shouldn't have said it. I got lost in the moment and laid all my feelings out on the floor, and I don't know what'll happen next. She got me on this cliffhanger.
Hey.
Woo, baby, got me out on a ledge, hanging from shreds. Any moment I could lose it all.
Okay, let me put a metaflanger on that. Modulation, metaflanger. Widen it. Classic phaser.
Woo, baby, got me. Woo, baby, got me out on a ledge, hanging from shreds. Any moment I could lose it all. Don't know how long I can hold on, and I wish that I could take it back. Now I'm thinking, maybe I shouldn't have said it. I got lost in the moment and laid all my feelings out on the floor, and I don't know what'll happen next. She got me on this cliffhanger. Dear life, gotta know. I can feel my heart.
I'll fix that later.
Ooh, baby, got me out on a ledge, hanging from shreds. Any moment I could lose it all. Don't know how long I can hold on, and I wish that I could take it back. Now I'm thinking, maybe I shouldn't have said it. I got lost in the moment.
Okay, so for now, I'm going to turn that way down because in the final mix, I would automate this. This wouldn't be on every word. It wouldn't be just a set it and forget it thing. It would be, I'm going to go into the send and automate the whole thing. So certain words come out to certain degrees. So everything sounds the way it's supposed to be. Setting it right there might not sound good on one word, might sound great on another. You automate that all the way through the track. But while I'm listening to it now, I just want to hear some delay in there.
Ooh, baby, got me out on a ledge, hanging from shreds. Any moment I could lose it all.
Yeah.
Don't know how long I can hold on.
I want to wet up the delay a little bit. When I say wet up the delay a little bit, I mean put some verb on it. Makes it sound wetter.
Ooh, baby, got me out on a ledge, hanging from shreds. Any moment I could lose it all. Don't know how long I can hold on.
Yeah, you hear the verb on the delay.
Ooh, baby, got me. Ooh, baby, got me.
So the delay has more verb than the original signal does. Verb sends something farther back into the room. So the delay goes back because I put more verb on the delay than there is on the actual vocal.
Ooh, baby, got me.
So it's in the back of the room going like this. It's just back in the back of the room, just doing like that the whole time the song goes.
Ooh, baby, got me out on a ledge, hanging from shreds. Any moment I could lose it all. Don't know how long I can hold on, and I wish that I could take it back. Now I'm thinking, maybe I shouldn't have said it. I got lost in the moment, laid all my feelings out on the floor, and I don't know what'll happen next. She got me on this thing.
So of course it's not perfect at this point, but that is basically how I process my vocals, guys. I'll show you my physical vocal chain later on too, so you can see what's going where from what to what, when, and how. All right, I'm out.